because of a couple of reasons. First, we are a site that is required by the president to keep a flag over it at all times. We're actually the first site required to do so, being the birthplace of the Star-Spangled Banner. Second, we like to recreate that moment that they changed the flag here at Fort McHenry in 1814. Right? That's why all of you are here, I hope, to hear that story. It is.
Oh, it is.
To hear that story about the Battle of Baltimore, about them putting up the Star-Spangled Banner over Fort McHenry, and Francis Scott Key and the city of Baltimore being inspired to write down what they had witnessed for us to have today, as a reminder of what we can accomplish if we can manage to stand together, even against the greatest of adversity, the greatest challenge. And in 1814, we had the largest, most powerful military the world had ever been witness to out on the water, ready to bomb Fort McHenry. So this morning, we're going to recreate that moment after the battle, after 25 hours of rockets' red glare and bombs bursting in air, when the British stopped firing, and Francis Scott Key writes about the dread silence, because no one knew if the fort was about to give up, and if they did, the British ships would sail up the harbor and burn Baltimore, the third largest city in the country. And that morning, to everyone's surprise, they heard one final shot fired in that direction from the fort. The British, the people of Baltimore watched in anticipation, and they saw, as you do now, the flag that was up through the night start to move. And I'm sure their hearts dropped because they thought they were about to yield and all would be lost. But to their surprise, they brought down their battle flag, and as they did, they raised an even bigger flag over the fort. And in that moment, Francis Scott Key was so overjoyed. He started to write down what he had witnessed through that night. Because in the moment, he probably thought that all would be lost and all the soldiers possibly killed or injured in the fort, and did not expect to see an even bigger flag go up the next morning. That story was printed in papers all up and down the East Coast. And the War of 1812 that we had been losing up until that point, that according to lots of historians still today, we did lose because of the devastation, because of our capital burning, because of the lives lost. But in that moment when that flag went up, the city of Baltimore showed the country and the world that we still can put up a fight as long as that flag is up, as long as we stand together. We can overcome the greatest of adversity. Today, I like to think that we stand for the national anthem, not because of any personal conviction or statement or allegiance. We stand for the national anthem because the people of Baltimore stood when the rest of the country had yielded or lost their lives to the greatest challenge they had ever faced. So when we're done here this morning, stand up on that wall behind this gentleman, because you will literally be standing over the ramparts as referenced in the Star Spangled Banner. Make this a personal experience. Go home and share this story with as many people as you can, because this is something that we have to always remember and reflect on and commemorate. There's a bigger meaning, bigger purpose to what happened here. And today, I think it's going to definitely be a part of your life to share that story.